Hey, all, just really quick. Want to take a quick second. This is Tyler, Agent Strauss or Levi Stafford, and just say, hey, thanks for listening. Also, it would really help us out if you wanted to follow us on our Instagram at Chaos Engine Pod. There's more people there, kind of helps us out. And along the same lines, if you want to help us out, whatever you're listening on, Podcast Addict, iTunes, or what is it, Apple Music Now, Amazon, whatever you got. Look us up on there, review us, give us that 5-star rating. That really helps us out. I mean, we're just a couple of nerds who like doing this for fun, but that doesn't mean we don't want more people to see it. And the more people that see it, the more people that like it. Maybe we can make a little more, maybe another podcast, maybe just make this one even better equipment. Who knows? But you know what you should do either way. Tell a friend about us, especially if you like Delta Green. Maybe you can start your own game. Again, just want to say thanks. Follow us on Instagram, Chaos Engine Pod. Rate, review. Maybe follow me on Instagram. I'm at Pictures of My Dumb Cat. Bye.
I want to open up today. I want to open up and I want to talk about the chaos that is creeping across our world, our community, hell, even our county, even within ourselves. We all can see it. You can look at the shuntering of businesses in Aberdeen and Hoquiam. You can see it here in Ocean Shores as well. The amount of businesses that open up, shut down, close down. It is a chaotic world that we live in. I mean, even our fellow communion members here, William and Jenny, they suffered chaos in their life when their young son Colton died of a fentanyl overdose that's been ravaging not only this nation, but our own county here. But the key is what we do with that chaos. Do we let it run rampant and we just assume it's going to happen? Or do we wrestle it, and do we wrangle it, and do we use it for a purpose? I like to think we do the latter. Going back to William and Jenny. When their son passed away, they got a lot of empty promises, a lot of fake condolences, and people who stood by and gave them, well, thoughts and prayers. But we didn't. No, we did not. We stepped in, we checked on him, we brought him food, even after the week or two where the novelty of it wore off for the rest of the people. We were there with them. And now today, they sit at our table. They eat our breakfast, our lunch, and our dinner with us. They are one of us, and that is what we do. We take that chaos of the world, and we don't let it control us. We control it. That is why we are poised. That is why we will be the leaders when the oncoming dawn comes. We know how to control it. We understand that it is inevitable. And we welcome that. Jake, we see your sheriff, your character. He's going to head over to the pub. Was that kind of his decision there first?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's the only lead he has.
So we see him drive over to Shores Pub. Shores Pub is located in downtown Ocean Shores. It is in the same complex as, like, there's a Mexican restaurant to the left of it. If you're like standing there looking at the front, the Mexican restaurant's to the right. Behind it is like a family fun center with miniature golf and some bumper boats.
Oh, I know the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there actually is a little brewery over there. But I'm taking it over.
Okay.
Making it my own thing.
Yeah.
And that's where Shores Pub is.
Okay.
We see you pull up. I mean, it's probably this time we'll say it's like 11 o'clock.
Okay.
So there's maybe a couple people there, locals maybe in there grabbing some lunch or something like early lunch. And you go pushing into the pub itself. There's a gentleman behind the counter who he looks to probably be in his early 40s. He's got a big bushy beard, heavier set guy. He's wearing a baseball cap that shows Shore's Pub on it, and he's got a flannel t-shirt on. He's just kind of behind the counter, and the dude's like, "Officer!"
Hello, he shows him like a badge or whatever if
Sure.
he needs to, and he's like, "Hey, I need to speak with your manager real quick, and also I'm gonna need a meatball sub and like a Coke." And he just takes a seat at the bar.
Okay. And he's just kind of staring at it. He's just like, "All right, we'll get you the sub and everything going." He's like, "I'm the owner here. Name's Bobby Gruden. What can I do for you?"
Bobby Gruden. So he's gonna pull out photo of the woman at the beach that he took.
Okay.
His poor bedside manner.
Yes.
And he's gonna be like, "Do you know this woman?"
I'm gonna give this guy a sanity roll as he stares at this real quick.
Okay.
He's just kind of just like, oh fuck,
It's a rough one.
no, I can't say I do.
know.
I mean, blonde hair. No. Why? What's up?
She was just found on the beach earlier today, and she was wearing the hoodie for this establishment, and I just wanted to know if she was maybe employed.
And he's kind of just like, he's like looking at, he's like blonde. He's like, oh man,
It's like, come on, man, you run a bar.
Well, no, I realize that. He's just like, he's like racking his head. He's like, we got a new hire here named Sharon. She had blonde hair. It might be.
Do you happen to have her contact information?
He's like, yeah. He's like, you want her cell phone? He's like, I can get you her. He's like, I can get your address if you need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of those would be preferred.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's like,
please.
give me a sec. Let me go around in the back.
Take
you
your
see him
time.
kind of go in the back. He comes back out and has a little note card that has her home address on it. Looks like it is an apartment complex, and then her phone number as well.
Okay.
So, and then he's just like, he's kind of staring. He's like, so you found? He's like, can we try calling her? You want to call her? I mean, I think she's scheduled to have a shift later in the day. She usually closes out at night. She was here last night. I know that.
Oh.
She left. If you want to check the security cameras, you can see.
Is that, I'm probably just going to finish my, my sandwich. I will like to check the security footage if you have, footage of that.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
probably just going to finish my sandwich and give her a call, because if it is her, it's not really any point waiting for her to show up for work.
No, yeah. He's like, yeah, come in the back with me. And he kind of leads you into a small office.
Okay.
He's like, sit you down. He kind of turns the screen towards you, and he pulls up the file, hits play, and you watch as you see a woman named. He tells you her last name is. Let me get here. Her last name is Sharon. Sorry, her last name is not Sharon.
Sharon.
Her full name, yeah, Sharon. But it's Sharin.
Oh, well, I'm not going to. You waited until I wrote down Sharon.
We'll say her name is Sharon Myers.
All right.
And so you see this woman, she locks out, like her and a couple other coworkers get out. She locks the door, kind of waves them goodbye. You see her walk over to looks like a Kia Sorento. I will say, let me roll to see if it's color cameras or not. Yeah, it's color. So it's a red Kia Sorento. License plate. Let's see if you can get the license plate. I'm just rolling 50% here. They're not good enough angle on the license plate from this side.
Okay.
She kind of parked farther back. But you see her kind of get to her car. She kind of leans against it, lights a cigarette, smokes one, puts it out, and then gets into her car. You see her back up, and she drives kind of south, away from this area.
And do I know south to be the direction of the beach?
No. South would be kind of... I mean, there is a beach eventually down that way. There's a jetty.
But not that one.
But not the one, yeah. You guys found the body more north of here.
And then... Would I be able to try to remember if I saw a red Kia Sorento near the beach in like a parking lot or anything?
You don't remember seeing one. No.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
I think next I would, I guess it would probably take a while for me to submit that stuff for analysis.
Yeah, I'm assuming this whole thing probably took you like an hour there to like talk with him, eat your sandwich, watch the video, all that kind of stuff. From like arrival to the leave, we'll say like 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and call Sharon. I'll try to call her cell phone.
Okay.
Just like in the parking lot.
No answer. Just kind of goes to like, hey, this is Sharon. Leave me a message and I'll call you back. Thanks. Bye.
I will leave a message on her cell phone to have her contact me, and then I'll drive over to her house.
Okay. So you drive over and you notice that her apartment, the direction that she was driving off is the direction you're traveling.
Okay.
So you're driving along and eventually you would take a right in front of kind of like the convention center they have there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You eventually go down a block if you go straight, you'll go to the beach. You take a left there, you go down a block or two, and there's like a little set of apartments there, like a quad kind of thing. She's the upper right one.
Okay.
And you pull up, and you see a red Kia Sorento parked in one of the stalls.
So it is there, okay.
It is there. That's what you see.
I'm going to look in, because this is just what cops do. I'm going to look in her car.
Okay.
Before I walk up to her apartment.
It is locked, so you
like,
just kind of...
just in the windows.
Yeah, looking through it, you just see, nothing.
Normal stuff.
Yeah, normal stuff you'd see.
Okay.
So...
yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay. We see you walk up the steps, get to the door, knock on it, kick it open, shoot it, what do you do?
Knock on it, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna say that it's also the police.
Okay,
yeah.
You knock on the door, nothing. No one answers.
Damn.
How long do you wait?
Probably a couple, maybe like 5 minutes.
Does he like knock again kind of thing?
Yeah, I would say he knocks semi-consistently for about 5 minutes.
Okay,
just to make sure.
Right, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And you, I think probably at like the end of like the 5 minutes, you see like a neighbor across the way kind of pop out and look at you. It's just like, she's not home. She didn't come back last night.
Does she normally come back?
Yeah, I keep an eye out for her. You see he's kind of a heavier set guy, probably like in his like 80s. He's just kind of like, we all kind of keep an eye around on each other when we're here. I haven't seen her come back though.
She get up to any trouble? Why do you keep an eye on her?
We just kind of watch everybody around here,
Yeah.
We got, Sharon's pretty new here. She just got to town like a month ago, so she's trying to find her footing. Downstairs is Mrs. Banks. She's, help her out when we can. And then beneath Sharon there is the Estebans. They got 2 little kids that are pretty great.
Oh, wow.
So just try to make sure everyone's doing good if they need help.
Okay. Well,
It's like something happened to her? Is that why you're here?
Well, unfortunately, something did happen. We are not sure if she's connected to the incident or not. That's actually why I was dropping by. If you see her, could you have her give me a call?
He's like, absolutely, yeah. You got a card or anything?
Yeah, and he'll swap information with the guy.
Okay, cool. He's like, yeah, if I can think of anything, I know she had a friend that she moved here with.
Oh.
If I can get a name, I'll let you know. I'll call you back and I'll let you know that name. That's not on top of my head. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta think about it.
Yeah, was the friend living here? Does she have any roommates?
No, no.
Boyfriend or anything?
No, her friend, she's... I can't remember. I think she's living with, she's on the compound, if I remember correctly.
The compound? What's that?
And he's kind of like, how long you been here? You must be kind of new too.
Yeah, probably about 1.5 years or so.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we have some lovely individuals that live here. Some call them a cult.
Oh, I think I heard of them.
But they call themselves the Children of the Oncoming Dawn.
Oh, that's...
Their leader is quite the...
that's right.
Their leader is quite the wacko, if you ask me. He's got a little church over there on Duck Lake Road, and they kind of just preach their stupid... sorry. The church is over on Albatross Street. I'm sorry. The compound is on Duck Lake Road. The Rising Dawn Church is over on Albatross Street, which is an offshoot of Duck Lake. Sorry, I apologize.
It's okay. It's a lot of birds, a lot of tree names, a lot of birds.
Yeah, you'll find that's kind of the kitsch around here.
You know, if they number them on like a grid system, it would be pretty easy to get around.
Yeah, but part of the charm, right? Like you're out here.
Whatever you say.
But he's kind of just like, yeah, I think she's with them. I think she moved there. I'm not
yeah.
I've only met her a couple times. She's a nice enough lady, but I know that they moved here together. Sharon found this place. She didn't want to live. I don't know if she goes to the church or whatnot, but
you don't know if Sharon's involved in the church?
I don't know. She didn't seem like the religious type to me, but I don't know enough about. They didn't really pry too much into her personal life as much. Just kind of made sure she got home late. If she needed help bringing in groceries, I'd help her that kind of way. But
okay. Well, thank you very much, sir. Again, if you could just have her get in touch with me if you see her, that would be great.
Yeah.
But you have a great day.
He was like, yeah, you too. And if you look down, his name is Ron. He just writes Ron on the piece of paper.
Ron, okay. And then I'm also going to, slip one of my cards in her door.
Okay,
or
that
her
works.
mail slot.
Yeah. So, yeah, what do you do now? I would say that whole thing probably takes another, 20 minutes or so. Maybe you talk with Ron for, 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah. I think now I would probably go back to the station and just make sure that I can get all of the evidence
Okay.
submitted for testing. I know it's probably going to take a while, but all the fingerprints, I guess that would probably be done through the coroner. Like her ID.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a small enough town. I don't think Ocean Shores has their own coroner. I'm assuming it's like a Grays Harbor or Grays County coroner. Mm-hmm. So you probably would go do that, and then maybe you contact the coroner themselves and hey, you got this coming in. I got these things. You talk with them that way as I hit that.
Yeah, let the coroner know to get in touch with me once they
Perfect.
Run this and then find out who
Cool.
she is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you stop ahead of time and let them know you got one coming. This is with it.
Yeah.
Jane Doe, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I think that's a good enough spot. You want to grab the others and send them down?
Solid, yeah.
Perfect. So we cut back to our agents in the green box. I'm going to say this whole process probably took you guys, let's say, an hour. So
That makes sense.
I would say you guys probably arrived around, let's say 9. So it's about getting over there and everything. It's about 10 o'clock right now as you guys are standing here in this Stormore unit. Go over the list of what you guys found again. There is a almost complete collection of Region 2 Doctor Who DVDs. A rusted trench knife stamped US 1918 with the name Laura scratched into it. A silent film and a projector.
It is a silent film?
Yes, well, you don't know yet, but it's real.
Okay.
There is a leatherette case with a gold bar that has a note on it that says, "Don't you fucking touch this." There's roughly a oak carved box that has a bunch of pages of manuscripts. Looks to be written in French.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
I almost picked that as a language, but I didn't. I picked Spanish and Latin.
That's fine. There's a paperback book, which is the Complete Idiot's Guide to Auto Repair. A paper bag containing a fully loaded CZ-75 9mm pistol, which our good friend Essek has now pocketed. A book in Danish that looks to be about sea monsters as you flip through the photos. A green soapstone carved in the shape of a 7-pointed star that looks to be covered in frost. A 12-gauge pump-action shotgun. A folded wooden polished ebony wood hand that was folded inside a checkered dishcloth that you later found out is an actual human hand. And a unlabeled cassette tape is what you found. Thank you for the green box generator for all of these items.
Yeah.
I have a question.
What you got?
Is Lara spelled Lara or Laura?
It is spelled Laura.
Nailed it the first time.
Does it have anything to do with Laura Rustin?
No.
Okay.
Not that I was planning.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You don't know.
It is a rusty knife. Rustin, it makes sense. All of it.
Yeah. I have some questions.
You've unlocked my rusted puzzle.
So is the hand shriveled at all, or
Nope.
is it like a full-size hand?
It's like a full-size
Okay.
hand.
And is it like what's the shape of the fingers?
It's just like kind of like curled.
Is it like so? It's
Like
like
monkey paw.
it was
Yeah,
holding,
kinda like a monkey paw,
Like
yeah.
it was holding a gold bar.
No.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be...
No.
But
It was
you
worth a
might
try.
be able to slide the gold bar if you want to pick the gold bar and
I'm
put
not
it in
touching
there.
it.
Agnes would make aware that her Jeep has an audio cassette player.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with anything here except for the pistol, but...
And the shotgun. If someone wants to take it, I'm not taking it.
Oh, you can put it in the truck and leave it in there.
I suppose it wouldn't be the
Not
worst
the truck,
idea to
the
take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm very curious about what's on this cassette.
Yeah,
The
and
cassette
the
or the
reel.
reel-to-reel?
Well, if there's a
Well,
projector
actually,
in
both.
here, we should just watch it in there.
I mean, maybe it's something useful. They told us this place is here, so...
Sure.
Yeah, they're gonna Pennywise us. It's gonna come out of the projector.
All right, so you guys sit down and start watching this film.
I guess nothing bad
Okay.
can come out of this.
And there's no label for this, or is
No.
it labeled? Okay.
You string it up, find a power, and you start to play. And like I said, there's a silent film. There's no text or titles. You see, yeah, exactly. That it starts to go. The first film, I guess there's several of here popped up. The first film shows an expedition of members trekking down a poorly maintained jungle track. Their vehicles repeatedly becoming mired in the mud and having to be hauled out by the expedition's Indian porters. And as you're watching this, you quickly realize that these are Nazis that are doing this trek.
Oh.
As you kind of set up the second one, get the second clip going, the expedition's leaders directs a group of porters and mechanics who operate mechanical winches attached to cables, which leads into a lake. The cable is taut as though pulling up something heavy and slowly drags its prize out of the water. A large stone sarcophagus emerges, covered in mud and caked in limestone. The film ends with the object resting on the shore, peered at by archaeologists. Does anybody here have history or archaeology?
I have archaeology, actually.
Give me
shit.
that motherfucking roll!
Yeah.
Archaeology or anthropology?
Archaeology.
Okay.
I
I don't have a great,
Hey,
but I mean, 20%.
that's better than I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have anthropology, but
Yeah.
not the same.
67.
Yeah, unfortunately you don't know anything about this.
What's your anthropology?
My anthropology.
I got 70 anthropology.
Well,
Oh,
anthropology is 50.
Oh, okay, but you
Yeah.
didn't say it.
Yeah, you're not, yeah. But just for watching this video,
Oh, no.
you all get +1 to your archaeology, heavy machinery, navigate, and survival. So go ahead and give yourself some points there.
So +1 to say that again?
Archaeology, still wouldn't have helped you.
Yeah.
Heavy machinery, navigate, and survival.
That's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that everything that was on the...
Yep, that's all it was.
Okay. Cool.
Those are all things
Let's-
I did not level up.
Interesting. I guess Nazi film. Cool.
Got that Nazi gold here.
Yeah.
It's regular Nazi bonanza in here.
I open up
Nazis.
the gold again and I look at it. Is there any markings on the gold?
Besides the sticky note that says, don't
It's
you
just-
fucking touch this? No.
Okay, I'll close it back up and not touch it.
All right. You sure?
I mean, I really
I'm
want to do it, but
I'm with you. All right, what do you guys do now? As you guys are kind of sitting here.
Agnes grabs the tape. Heads out.
Okay.
you want to go get this to listen?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So you guys going to listen to it while you drive to Ocean Shores, or are you just going to sit in the car and hotbox it and listen to this?
Well, I guess yeah, because like if we're gonna leave and listen to it, then I'd probably. What was the manuscript pages? Oak box with the manuscript pages in it.
It looked to be in French.
Yeah.
It's like there's 50 pages in here. Yeah. So
We got some Danish. We got some French. What the hell?
yeah, it's kind of tough.
All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't take anything else
Well,
except for the gun myself. But then
find
I am
some-
curious. I want to listen to that tape.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take the manuscript pages. I mean,
Sure,
we
okay.
get it translated, you know?
He's got a fanny pack.
There you go.
Yeah.
Carefully puts them in there.
Next to the hand sanitizer.
Exactly.
I'm figuring you out.
And hey, it stays on during sex.
Yeah, so I guess there was the sea monster. I mean, I'll be interested in the sea monster book as well. So
Okay.
I'm probably going to take that. So I took the French thing and the Danish thing.
All right. So you have a knapsack or something you throw them into.
Yeah. And then I guess that paperback book for Idiot's Guide to Automotive Repair, is that just I looked through it and that's what it is? It's just straight up? Okay.
Yeah, I thought the exact same thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did look through it. That's right. Yeah, no, I mean, that might be useful. I mean, I'm not a mechanic, but...
Okay, cool. Well,
But you could be. You could
you
be.
never know. All right. So you guys pop in this cassette tape. Are you driving back to the marina to get your cars and then driving to Ocean Shores? Or are you all taking one car?
Well, I
think it would make... Or did you all drive a separate car here?
Well, I drove a separate car here. I have a rental.
But did you drive over to the storage unit by yourself?
Oh, I imagine we would have.
Okay.
At least.
That's fine. So you all climb into the Jeep. She starts it up. You put this cassette tape in. And you begin to listen to it. And side one is a 21-minute taping of a Dead Kennedys live gig at the Def Club in 1979. So this is prime Dead Kennedys, Jello Biafra,
Yeah.
the good stuff.
When was it from?
1979. And eventually that hits a stop. And then you guys flip it over and put the other side in?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We're not half-assing this. We're full-assing it.
You put the other side in and you begin to listen to it. And all you hear is chanting.
Oh, no.
And they're speaking in some language you don't know. But it starts to seep into your brain and you start to feel uncomfortable and queasy as this thing kind of finishes. It's 15 minutes of this. Do you guys go the whole 15 minutes, or do you eventually turn it off?
I mean, I feel like once I would have probably endured it for a while, but as soon as it starts getting too spooky,
I can tell you right now, Agnes just coming off of weird cult witches chanting verbally, not into that. She would hear that and then instantly pop that out, just
okay,
we're done here.
You
You can listen to it. I'm not listening to it anymore.
maybe one person
yeah,
can
I
listen
want
to
to check.
it.
Here, we'll check it out when we get to. Soon. Did they give you hotel? I mean, we got the hotel.
Yeah.
It was in the packet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can check it out by myself if you don't mind me borrowing your car when we get to the hotel.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'm sure this car has seen worse
We'll,
things.
And he grabs the cassette and puts it in his pocket.
Yeah.
Keep it nice and close.
there you go. Okay, you guys heading to Ocean Shores?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, Essex would be
think so.
I'm really not sure where to start, but we should make it to the hotel and make a plan of action.
Yeah, we should map out. Well, okay. Sorry, accent. We should map out where the purchased cult airport is, plus the building that they purchased, to see what kind of entryways that they have. If it's all fenced up, or if there's any point of entry.
It's a good
I think
idea.
it would be listed there. You know that the airport is on Duck Lake Road.
Duck Lake Road.
I believe that's what the cross section road there is. Let me. Sorry, let me make sure I got it here. I believe that's where it's at. Yep, it's on Duck Lake Drive Northeast. And the church itself is on Albatross Street Northeast, which is basically an intersection road with Duck Lake, and it goes west over a bridge, and then the church is right there.
Albatross Road?
Albatross Street.
Street.
And my parents owned property on Chinois Avenue Northeast, which is literally a block away from where all this takes place.
Oh, yeah.
Just next street over.
Nice.
Lovely.
So that's how I know where all these places are.
All right, cool. Well,
Yeah, so that's what you guys know. You guys, that would be listed there. So we see you guys spend another half an hour driving to Ocean Shores. So we'll say it's about 11 o'clock now. Let me make a sweet roll here real quick.
Oh, staying alive.
Perfect. So you guys are pulling into Ocean Shores. So for those who've never been to Ocean Shores here at the table, which I'm assuming everyone here has been to Ocean Shores.
I've been there once.
Yeah. When you leave Aberdeen, you drive through the woods on some sketchy 2-lane roads, through some trees and forested areas. You go over a couple bridges, and eventually you take a left to go to Ocean Shores. Once you take that left, you go past a casino, and then you eventually take a long, wide right turn. You go past both the high school and the middle school that are combined, or junior high that are combined into one plot of land. And eventually you can go straight to go to the beach, or you can take a left to go into downtown proper Ocean Shores. Your beach, the Shiloh Inn, is essentially like a block up. So if you don't take the first left, you go up a next street and you take a left, and the Shiloh Inn's kind of over there.
Okay.
You guys, as you guys are driving by, you see at the beach itself, there is a medic truck parked in the sand. I don't know, probably something a little bit more 4-wheel drive heavy or whatnot, because it's in the sand.
So you're at the like one of the first beach entrances.
Yeah.
there?
So at the beach entrance, parked in the parking lot, there's a medic one, and you see there are some people wheeling a body on a gurney, like a black bag, pushing it through the sand, getting it loaded up. Do you guys go take a look at that, or you take a left and just go to your hotel rooms?
I'm going to have to ask a question that I was hoping would be answered for me in context, so I
Sure.
didn't have to seem dumb. What is DHS?
Department of Homeland Security.
Oh,
So-
that's pretty tight.
Yes.
Maybe that can get us in to ask some questions.
Yes. So the Department of Homeland Security is primarily in charge of protecting America from homeland. I'll look it up, the official thing. So the Department of Homeland Security works to improve the security of the United States. The department works close with Customs, Borders, and Immigration Enforcement, emergency responses to natural and man-made disasters, anti-terrorism work, and cybersecurity. So you guys are here under a anti-terrorism edict that they think there might be a potential cult and terrorist cell within the Church of the Oncoming Dawn.
Pretty broad writ on the DHS.
Yep, that's why I picked it, because it made the most logical sense for you guys to be that.
Got it.
So,
there's no police cars? There's just a medic?
there's a police cruiser out in the sand,
Okay.
but there is I don't know how well ambulances do in the sand. I don't think they're built for 4-wheel drive, so I assume they'd park and then wheel the body.
That Ocean Shores, I'm sure, has some kind of beach.
I'm assuming so too.
But probably not the ambulance.
Yeah. So
Okay, and this is next to the hotel? Or?
No, so when you're coming into Ocean Shores, there's a turn on to go into Ocean Shores proper, like the main downtown area. You go up a block, and then you can take a left, and it's kind of the side streets that take you. There's a whole row of hotels over there. You can go straight, and you can go to one of the beach accesses of Ocean Shores. There's a tiny parking lot there that people would park and walk to the beach. In that parking lot, there's a Medic 1 parked there, and there's a cop and following two of these medics wheeling a body in a black bag.
Got it.
To it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'd like to learn more information, but at the same time, we are supposed to tread lightly, so I wouldn't want to just show up and talk to the cops.
We are in 3 different cars, I believe.
Yes, you are.
Or at least I'm in my own car. Essex would not stop for that, but he will clock it mentally.
Does anybody have a police scanner they think they'd be using, or
would it
anybody that obsessed?
Would Acid Reflux's Jeep have one in it?
I feel like it would.
They did before, so.
I'm going to give it we're going to say 60-40.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
It does.
Nice.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, she listens into that.
Okay, so we see you turn it on, and you see not a whole ton of chatter. They're kind of talking, and you hear just like an officer just like, body's getting picked up right now. They're sending it to the coroner's office. One of the sheriffs was in town. I'm gonna butcher his last name, but Carmine was his first name. He was here. I think he's gonna take point on all of this. So he went to go to the Shores pub to take a look, see, obviously, take a look, follow up on the leads there, Doug. So I think once I hear back from him, or if you hear back from him, that would be great. And you hear like a voice on there like, all right, good job, Ben. Just keep us updated. I'll reach out to Jerome and see if I can maybe get a little bit more background on this guy or get a direct link. Well, he gave you a card, right? It's like, oh yeah, he gave me a card, yeah, and I'll make sure I give it to you there. The other guy on the end's like, all right, well, just make sure that you tell the medic one and all them, the coroner to give us a call when they get back. We need to figure out exactly what happened here, and then that's all you hear.
All right. Yeah, she'll probably she'll drive in.
You all park in the Shiloh Inn parking lot. It's not too far away from where all this went down. It's maybe like 2 or 3 hotels down.
Mm-hmm.
And you get checked into your rooms. You each have your own room to go into. They are filed underneath the DHS name that you have there. So
got it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll say they gave you guys full names. I don't want to.
I'll come up with a name.
Well, here's the thing that we're going to have to decide upon. If those are the names that you're going to give to people, then you're going to have to remember that, because I'm going to fucking call you out on it if you don't use the right name.
Oh, that's why I'm going to...
So I'm going to either say we just assume that you give them a fake name and we don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Or you want to go down that route of having to remember 2 different code names. We can play that game.
Oh, no.
I'm cool with it. I'm just going to call you out on it.
I'm mostly just going to give him a first name. I'm going to have
Sure.
his ID is going to have the last name Essex.
Yeah, that's fine. So, and I kind of just assumed it would be that. It would just be, like... Nancy Agnes or something like that, or
right?
whatever.
Yeah.
If I don't know if you wanted to go with Willow Stratosphere, but you're more than welcome.
No, that's past me.
You're a changed woman now.
That name's got baggage.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you guys get checked in. It's probably 11:30 now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do?
Well, I'll probably tell them what I heard on the police scanner, because they were not with me.
Interesting.
And then
Tell me that again. What they just found a body? What happened?
you probably know as much as I do at this point. They were on the beach. They were taking a body from point A to point B to the coroner's. I got the information that the sheriff is Carmine. Was that the context I was supposed to derive from that conversation?
Yes, there was a sheriff named Carmine.
Sheriff Carmine was going to the Shore pub to follow up on some leads on that, so it's fresh. It might be a lead.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says the last name was Di Pietro.
Di Pietro.
Of the sheriff?
Yeah, Di Pietro.
Di Pietro.
Di Pietro.
Wait, the sheriff isn't Carmine?
Carmine Di Pietro was his name.
Oh,
That's
I
what
see.
you hear them say.
I see.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, Essex will kind of clock that, like, okay, sheriff's going to go follow up on some leads.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do a little bit of, basically go to bed, but do a little bit of searching up. He brought
At 11 a.m.?
Oh, he said 11 a.m.? I think he said p.m.
No, a.m., sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's not even noon, dog.
I got so much time. I was like,
I'm done. I'm done.
Agnes would probably want to go to the coroner.
Oh. So the coroner is, it's like in Aberdeen.
Uh-huh.
Because it's Grays County. If you look up any sort of information, it's the Grays County coroner. I mean, Ocean Shores isn't big enough to have their own coroner.
Oh.
So they cover Aberdeen, Hoquiam, Westport, those kind of the general
Of course.
area.
Why didn't I know that?
Yeah. Also, they wouldn't have any information yet, maybe, if they haven't done the autopsy.
But I would rather get the information from the coroner before the sheriff starts to get suspicious that Homeland Security's poking around.
Well, yeah, but we don't have to whip out the Homeland Security thing yet unless we think it's worth it.
I want to go to, what was the bar?
Shores Pub.
Yeah.
Shores Pub. I want to go to the Shores Pub.
Okay.
I also thought it was 11 p.m. at night.
Sorry, no, it's 11 a.m.
So I might rethink my order of things
Sure.
at the moment.
I'll go to the pub as well. We can just be buds, grabbing a 11 a.m. drink.
Oh, question. Do I know exactly where the body was picked up, or did I just get it on the scanner?
It was picked up on the beach there.
Yeah,
like that's the vibe you got.
Just wheeling it in.
There's no like tagged off areas or.
I mean, if you go back and look, yeah, there look like they find it in the dunes around there.
Okay. All right.
So,
I guess I'll tag along to the pub for now because I don't think that I would get information from the coroner this soon.
no, yeah, the body's just getting taken. So,
Yeah, that sounds good.
okay, so you guys head to Shore's Pub.
Now, is this one you're making up, or did you mean Shore Shack?
No, it's the one I made up.
Okay. I was going to see if I could pull up an actual menu.
It's actually it's the Elkhead Brewery is where it is based out of.
Okay, right on.
So, you guys basically head down your street. You eventually take a left and head down another side street, and you end up by a family fun center.
Yeah.
Across the
What?
street from this family fun center is a Mexican restaurant, and nestled next to that in some buildings is Shore's Pub, kind of tucked in there. So, you guys enter inside. I'm assuming there's a couple people in there, maybe like 2 or 3. It's still lunchtime. They serve sandwiches here. Nothing too crazy, but there's a guy behind the bar. Kind of heavier set man. Looks like he's in his 40s. He's got a big bushy beard. He's wearing a hat that has the Shore's Pub logo on it and a flannel. He's just like, hey, welcome in. Sit anywhere you want. Can I get things started for you?
Yeah, what kind of lunch you guys got here?
He's just
It's a
like,
nice looking place.
he's like, oh, we do sandwiches. We make homemade chips here. We can do a burger if you want.
What's your favorite sandwich? What's your special?
He's like, meatball sub's pretty good. I like the California club's really good too.
Damn.
Ooh, you know what? I'll have a meatball sub and a beer.
He's like, all right.
I saw there's a brewery right here, right?
He's like, well, you're in it.
Well, it's actually like in the...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like in the same building.
No,
next to it.
this is the.
It is
yeah.
this is the name of the pub inside
Yes,
the brewery.
Shore's Pub,
okay.
yeah.
It's like, hey, well, give me your special pale ale.
He's like, all right, on it. And you see him kind of pour something. He's like, how about the rest of you two? Anything you want to... He's like, got some menus over here if you want to grab them and take a look.
Yeah. I like California burger. That's what I'll take. I'll take a beer as well.
Okay, all right. Can do. Miss?
Question. Since this is another pub and we're dealing with another cult, is there any way that Agnes can discern if there's any relationship between Brewdew or this based on...
She's so paranoid.
So paranoid. Because she knows what it looks like, and she doesn't know what it tastes like. 'cause no one
You
drank
don't
it,
see anything Brewdew related in here, if that's what you're asking.
but- All right.
No.
She is not going to eat here.
Okay.
She is super paranoid. She pulls out a granola bar from her bag.
It's like, all right, you want a beer or anything, or a water, or we got water in the corner if you want some.
I'll take a Fresca. Because that's what she took with the other place.
Yeah.
Let me see.
While he's talking to these
Don't got
two,
Fresca, sorry.
while he's talking to these two, I want to look
tonic
around, see if I spot the sheriff.
Don't see him.
Okay. Nobody
What?
that looks like a sheriff?
No.
We would have seen his car outside, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
you would have seen this car. Yeah, you didn't see him.
Dang, missed him.
Yeah. Or he's not there yet. You don't know.
Or it could be. In either case, I want to try to take a seat, like in the middle of as many people as possible.
Okay.
Because I just want to listen.
Gotcha. Yeah, you see the guy. He looks pretty like flustered as he's trying to get things done. Like he looks like there's. Well, give me a human roll as you're kind of watching him work.
Humans.
Unless what's your human score?
80.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Something's definitely like he's like not focused entirely on what he's doing. Like as he's like pouring you your beer, like he gets a little too much haste. Like shit. You see him like pour it out and then like re-pour another one and like bring it over to you guys and set it down. It's like. Yeah, let me know if you need anything else that you guys, anything else you need, just holler. There's not a whole lot of people in here, so just raise your hand. I can see it. I'll come over and check on you guys. But,
I'll just
thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, well, as he says that,
Appreciate it.
yeah, I'll just be like, hey, we drove by. Looks like I don't know if there's a medic wheeling up a corpse or something. Did you hear anything about that?
And he kind of like looks at you guys. He's like, yeah, there's a sheriff in here earlier. He left maybe
darn.
like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, he's on his way out of there. He was going to do something else. Yeah, they found a body over on the beach. Truth be told, he showed me a picture of it. It was fucking.
Ooh, damn.
Sheriff showing you pic. I mean, did he think you knew him?
Yeah, he thinks it might have been somebody that worked here. So yeah, sorry, seem a little frazzled. I don't know if one of my employees is potentially dead or not. So that's kind of went a little heavy on me.
Sorry to hear that. What was your name?
He's like, my name's Bobby Gruden.
All right. I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget. You say Bobby Gruden?
Yes. He's like, I own the place here, so.
Bobby, well, sorry to hear that, man. Well, hey, thanks for the beer. I'm sure the meatball sub's gonna be delicious.
He's like, yeah, of course, yeah. We'll get it out to you when it's ready. So, yeah, anything else, like I said, just let me know. And he kind of goes over and, tries to focus on something else.
Yep.
Agnes would just like nonchalantly say, like, I don't mean to be paranoid, boys, but in my last mission, there was an evil cult trying to manifest an evil demon through the beer that they were brewing.
As soon as you say that, I'm like drinking.
Essex just sips it, looks back at it, and then takes another sip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to hear about this later.
So
you must have been on some boring missions.
He's just particularly interested in what you have to say about this.
So eventually, 5 or 10 minutes later, they bring out the sub with some chips. They bring out the burger, set it in front of you guys. He's like, anything else I can get you guys? Salt and pepper's there.
Where's a good place to go nightlife around here? I'm just got into town today.
He's just like,
might be here a couple days.
He's like, about nightlife, I mean, well, what are you looking to get into? There's a bowling alley over there that,
I have some work to do, but, we want to unwind at the end of the day.
It's like, there's not a whole lot going on here. It's a pretty sleepy town.
Wow.
It's like, obviously, the bowling alley, people go there. There's a movie theater kind of a couple blocks down if you want to go watch a movie. He's like, if you got to buy groceries, there's Dick's IGA's right around the corner. It's the only one in town. Prices are a little high, not gonna lie to you, but it is what it is. Other than that, people come here to drink. People go to any of the other bars around town. They are Fun Center across the way. There's another one on the other side of the road that's got a slick track and bumper cars, if that's more your style.
Agnes would just be like, she would just like turn on the Southern charm and just kind of like arm over the armrest and talk to him, and she'd just be like, I'm awfully interested in local breweries and locally sourced, beverages, and we just came from a couple different places. We're kind of on that little beer run right now. Do you make your own microbrews in this establishment?
It's like, everything here is homemade.
Oh.
We got a brewery set up. It's not like I make it in my garage, but
oh, cool.
Yeah, we have a little warehouse, so we make everything here. He's like, that's kind of the big thing is, the potential lady that I hired, that might be the one that you guys saw getting loaded into the thing. She was a brewer herself, so I was very excited. You don't have a whole lot of people come across that have brewing experience in this line of business and then looking for a job on top of that. So
that is most interesting.
Yeah, no, it was. I hope she's okay. I hope they end up finding her.
Oh, they didn't find her. She wasn't the body.
We don't. We called. I tried calling her cell phone. She didn't answer. I know the sheriff was going to go check out her apartment. No, that's the last I know. So I'm just kind of.
Body wasn't her.
Far as I know, there was no identifying marks on the body.
That stage.
Yeah.
He's like the face was shriveled. It was like somebody sucked all of everything out of the body.
Oh,
that's unfortunate.
Interesting. And he kind of eyes kind of widen up a little bit. It's like, that's interesting to hear.
Well, and then Agnes would probably try to go circumnavigate, and she'd be like, well, I hope she went to family in the area if she's from here.
He's like, no, she was moving here for a fresh start, from what I understand. She heard a friend moved into town recently, and she was just trying to get back on her feet, so.
Yeah, we all get to that stage in life. I can understand that. And she has all the information she needs, so she's just kind of like, thank you so much, sir, for your time. I hope your employees found safe and sound.
So, yeah, I appreciate that, thanks. And he kind of just goes back to his business.
Did he say his employee's name?
You did not.
No.
You didn't ask.
Yeah,
Nope.
I should have.
Well, I thought that would be too nosy.
Yeah.
What's her name? Where's she from?
Yeah.
Yeah, if he didn't volunteer the info, I wouldn't press it.
The fact that he said a friend, she moved here because
With a
a friend
friend.
was here.
So
Yeah,
we have
exactly.
2 females moving into the area
Recently.
who have experience with brewing micro brews. All the dots
Boom,
connected.
bang, pow.
Silvio.
I mean, we don't know she was a brewer. She's just an employee. Was she
Well, he
just a
said
waitress?
that she had experience.
Oh,
He did
sorry,
say she
I
had
missed-
experience, yes.
Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah.
So,
Got that information that we needed,
Damn,
y'all.
that was good.
Agnes. Go
Agnes
Agnes.
doing it. Go Agnes. Well done.
so where do you guys, so you finish eating your food, it's probably,
Not drinking the beers.
I mean, if you drink them, they're fine, they taste good.
I mean, I keep drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reluctantly just start drinking it slowly.
We'll say it's like, I think you guys probably got here, about noon, I said. I think once you get checked in and everything. So it's probably about 12:30 now-ish.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys going to go do? You have the location of these cult. You have their church.
And the coroner.
You have a coroner.
I don't know what you two want to do, but I'm gonna go do a drive by this compound seem to have. I don't know, the fun center and the bowling alley sound kind of fun, but he picks his cane up and shakes it. Like, my bowling days are kind of over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get my eyes on this compound and see what I can see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. There's a lot of. Would it be fruitful to listen to the police scanner for a little bit, just to see a location on where the sheriff is, to see if there's any leads that way?
You can certainly try. It's not, I mean,
Okay. It's just I feel like going to the Colts and just being like, "What's up, Homeland Security, homies?" is just what's our story? Why are we there?
My thought is I want to bring up a map of Ocean Shores, and if we know the
Yeah,
locations of these places,
absolutely, yeah.
I want to give myself if I'm just driving by it, I want to just drive by.
Sure.
Make it not make it look like I'm scoping them out. Like, I'm just driving through
sure.
Ocean Shores.
What about so you going to listen to the scanner?
I'm gonna listen to the scanner for just a little bit, see if I can get
Okay.
some info.
What's Agent Drano going to be doing?
He's gonna be looking to drain some strikes at the bowling alley.
Okay. I like it. Cool. All right. So, you guys are going to split up, go your separate ways. Sounds like
Making
Think
this
so.
super easy on you.
it is making it super easy on me. Okay. Let's start with. Let's get a D6 out here, and we're going to see.
We're doing it to him again, guys.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, Tyler. 3, same as last time. 3
Yeah.
for Misha, 5, 6 Cody.
I think it's gonna be Cody.
It is Tyler.
All right.
Okay.
Misha, Cody.
All right.
Please get out of my basement. So I think we see you guys have this conversation at the bowling, or at the pub. Decide all right, I'm gonna go do this, you're gonna go there, and then maybe you guys break after that, go drive your separate ways.
Yep.
So we see you head south out of this parking lot. You hit a roundabout, take the third exit on the roundabout, and head out towards Duck Lake Drive. And you are you're driving out there. There's houses all along this road. There's nothing. It's pretty. You've been there before.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you know where this airport is.
I feel like I do, but off the top of my head.
So, I'm not even shitting of you. You eventually will follow this road, and it will put you out on the Albatross Lane south.
It's
And then you will eventually take a left, and it is smack dab at the end of Albatross Lane. You can either take a left or a right to continue on Duck Lake Drive. And that is where there's a little park next to it. There's Duck Lake. There's actually a fishing spot called Duck Lake and a little baseball field. And at the end of that, there is this huge airport.
Ocean Shores Municipal Airport.
And that is now a gated off area. There are buildings erected across the runways. And you see that there are not necessarily guards, but everything is fenced in. There is no way to drive onto the compound. They still have the little visitors lot that you pull in, but everything is behind a gate. There's a little guardhouse.
Is there any kind of signage? This is the Children
Yes.
of the Oncoming
Yes,
Dawn.
you see
Okay.
that pretty clearly, painted over, where the municipal airport sign would be, is this Children of the Oncoming Dawn sign that's been put up there.
Fully fenced, no entrance except for the main gate.
Yes.
Basically.
And the fences are higher now. The fence that is currently there is was there is typical like, 4 or 5 foot chain link fence.
Yeah.
These ones are easily at least 7 feet tall, and they're not rounded and barbed wire, but they are definitely
bigger.
Definitely bigger, and it looks like there are people, like, I don't want to say guards, but there are people, like, walking. Like, it just always seems to be people out. Like, they have gardens set up, there are people gardening, there are people, like, doing, like, outdoor classes and running around. There's, like, looks to be some sort of a outdoor compound gym they've made. And the one thing you notice as you drive by is there is a lot of cats. Like almost all along the fence staring out at you guys. As
From
you drive
inside?
by. Yeah, from
it's
inside.
it's just me.
No, yeah, but like as you drive by, there's just a lot of cats lined up across the fence, kind of just jumping around doing their thing. Like you drive by and probably see easily 75 cats.
Okay, and then I'm looking at the little map here, and so I mean, let me see if I've got this right. So the compound is they've been moving people in, doing stuff in what used to be the airport.
Yes.
But they also bought a church.
Yes.
Which is on Albatross Street Northeast. Is it right there near the airport?
No. So you follow Albatross Street down a little bit. Eventually you will go over a bridge that takes you over Duck Lake. And on the opposite side of that
I see.
is
I
this
see the
former church, Latter-day Saints church, that is the church itself.
Okay. Yeah, so Essex is kind of noting all this, like, there's, sealed off. Fences look pretty high.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the size of the airport fence, maybe not, but definitely they're taking security seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Cut my way across Albatross and go down to try to also get a good look at this church.
And eventually you kind of arrive. It's further, I mean, it's not like directly off of there, but it's a little bit further down.
I'm looking at it here. It's a couple blocks away.
Yeah.
But it's still...
it's closer to there's a golf course on the other side of it, essentially. That's pretty closer to that.
Yep.
But nonetheless, you arrive and you see a freshly white painted building. There is just a church sign that says Church of the Oncoming Dawn on the outside.
Is it church or Children of the Oncoming Dawn?
So it is the children, but the church is the Church of the Oncoming Dawn.
Okay.
They call themselves the Church of the Oncoming, if that makes sense.
Yes, they're the Church of the Oncoming Dawn. Yes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, eventually you arrive at this large church. It's set back there. It's got your classic white steeples. It is a stone building of sorts. It's kind of tucked back. It's like I said, it's further down, but there's a lot of foliage around it. And there seems to be a couple cars parked there too. But again, you drive by, you see probably 15 cats on the property running around, chilling, just looking at you as you drive by.
Shivers. It's like, cats.
So
bad luck. At this point, he's thinking he needs an angle.
Okay.
To figure out how he's going to talk to people, what he's going to do. But he's not going to do anything right now.
Gotcha.
He just figured out, okay. I mean, in between the airport, the former airport, and this church, does it look like they're getting the houses along the way?
No, it just looks like they have this, and everybody else lives at that compound. Is what you're kind of seeing, yeah.
Okay, and there's not like a service going on right now. Just
no, there's not.
So he's gonna just keep driving past. Okay.
Eventually, you'll hit the golf course. You can take a right or a left and kind of weave your way back that way.
He's gonna do exactly that. Take a right, kind of weave his way back, and just kind of meander his way back to the hotel.
Okay.
My plan is do a little bit of digging into like the public face of the church, like any internet presence they have, social media presence, anything like that.
Gotcha.
To see if specifically, I mean, he's thinking in his head like Jonestown.
Okay.
Kind of setting like, am I investigative wise? He's gonna be looking like, are there any patterns here I know from previous cults? Do I end up seeing any weird occult symbology or whatever in their online presence? That's just the kind of angle he's going at, and the first thing he's going to want to do.
Okay, cool. Give me I guess, search or technology roll if you're going to look on the internet. What do you feel comfortable doing there?
I like search
Okay.
Search or occult, really, just because he's not like, I'm not trying to hack their system. I'm looking at like their Facebook and their website and their Twitter.
Let's see what you can find first.
39 under, let's say it's an occult roll because I'm looking for any occult symbols.
Okay.
39 under 80.
39 under 80. Okay, you start to look through, looking for any kind of sign of occult signs, and you definitely see things that are occultish. Like, but I think most religions have occultish signs.
Yeah, but I mean,
tied with them.
Yeah, he's specifically thinking anything more like, the Cthulhu kind of folk. Well, not Cthulhu kind of folklore, but like old Salem witch cults or anything particularly unusual, especially for the area.
Yeah, you see this kind of it's tough to describe as you're looking at it and what it means, but you definitely see as you're kind of poring over the symbols for the church, kind of these weird, they almost look like, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. So the symbol itself is kind of this like, circle that's got almost like, it's like a large circle that's made up of 3 like smaller circles. Mm-hmm. I'll try to let me draw it here for you. Dice. I hit everything. It's fuck it. So it's almost like there's a circle, but then on the edge of the circles, there's kind of like these 3 like circles and then spaces in between. Let me see if I can draw a better version of it. Like that. The right one is probably the better one.
Okay, interesting.
So it's got that kind of symbol there. It's like 3 like ellipses almost connected eyelids that are in a circle. There's like a circle with 3 eyelids almost in the middle, I guess would be the word.
But they're like petals coming out?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Almost like petals. Obviously it's much more stylized than that, but that's kind of the simple one. But as you look through, you're noticing that some of them have almost like some of the designs further in almost look like rows of teeth on them.
Oh, interesting.
And you know that they are tied to like these kind of, I guess it'd be smaller cults probably operating out of like more indigenous areas, not necessarily like American indigenous, but like out of Africa and other like more primitive style symbols.
So I mean, as he's looking through, I imagine this is the rest of his day,
right?
But he's noticing, like, I think that would be something that clicks with them.
And I don't mean like primitive in the sense that like people in Africa are primitive. I mean like older style, like older groups from Africa, like, centuries ago. So I don't want to make it seem like I'm disparaging an entire continent of people. But like ancient civilization groups, like primitive,
this is
kind in a sense of like humanity's growth, primitive, not necessarily like, like a tribe in Africa today use these symbols.
Well, this is exactly the kind of thing that he studied, is like,
right, exactly.
Religious beliefs that people now call like occult beliefs because they're, they showed up in such small places.
Exactly.
And like tracing the history of them. And so maybe this symbol he's seen some versions
and you
of
see it all revolves around, like as you're kind of digging through and looking at it, the general themes that it hits upon, like from these various cults and like groups that are tied to it, are chaos and darkness are the 2 things you see.
Gotcha. I guess the other thing, that's a good start for now. The other thing he's kind of like looking for is what is the cult's beliefs, other than we know it's a doomsday cult.
Gotcha.
But what is like, you know, you don't. I mean,
So-
maybe they're brazen enough that their website says Zorp's going to come down and burn us all.
No.
Like-
They believe that their church is going to be given this oncoming dawn, this figure that they worship, is going to bring them basically the herald of the new world, and that they will be the children of this new herald of the oncoming dawn, basically, essentially like this oncoming dawn's child, Christ-like figure, and that they will serve it and become the new rulers of the world.
Gotcha.
So there is some sort of figure. They
So does it
is going to
invoke,
provide them with I forget where
Like a new world order kind of thing, or
not
like,
necessarily new world order, but I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. They believe that the world is going to be born anew by the herald of this, whatever this amorphous dawn thing. They don't really describe it to you in their things, but they just have the dawn. The new dawn is coming. The herald is on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
We, the children of the oncoming dawn, will greet him and welcome him into our arms, and with his power and love, we will reshape the world in his
So-
image.
Then I guess the only other real question I have right now is: does this, as he's looking through it, does this give me more the feel of this is a religious thing and maybe an odd take on Jesus Christ, or is this more like a UFO cult?
It's much more of a religious, Jesus Christ-like figure.
Okay.
There is definitive talk as you read more into it of a herald or a son in some way, a definitive figure that is going to be delivered to them. Now, what that means, you don't know.
Yeah, no, I just
there
wanted
is.
to make sure they weren't. So they're looking for a figure. They're not looking for our saviors are going to come from the sky.
No.
Okay.
But the one thing that you do find is that they seem to have a running clock on one of on their website that's counting down. It's when the dawn is coming.
And when is it
Uh,
coming?
Apparently, according to this clock, it's coming in 2 days.
Oh, Jesus.
I think that's a good place to leave it off.